This is my oldest terrarium. It's over 3 years old and it's had hardly any maintenance. It has been growing in a bright spot in indirect sunlight and it's super healthy. Inside is fern moss and English ivy. A fun fact about the ivy is that I never actually planted it. It sprouted out the moss and has been growing ever since. One of the reasons this terrarium has been so successful is due to the springtails. I only seeded this terrarium once since making it, so these are the descendants of the original springtails that were in there. Time for some maintenance. Like I said earlier, this is fern moss, and in higher lighting it can grow quite low and compact, but as this terrarium has been kept in relatively low light, it has begun to grow quite leggy. However, frequently trimming the moss will encourage more low and compact growth. When it comes to maintenance in a terrarium, it's not always 100% necessary. Some like to let them go wild, where some like to keep them nice and tidy. I would say I'm somewhere in between. Instead of throwing the moss away, it's a good idea to use it for another terrarium. Now it's time to clean the glass. I'm simply using a cloth and some water. It's always a good idea to keep the glass on your terrariums as clean as you can. This is because the more dirt on the glass, the less light can get into the terrarium for the plants. And this is even more important for a terrarium such as this one, as it's kept in relatively low light. I'm using some of the moss I just pulled out to fill in any gaps and patches around the terrarium. As it hasn't had any water for about a year, I gave it a light spray down. I wonder what it will look like in another 3 years' time. Now watch this video to learn how to make a terrarium that can last as long as this one.